Hey guys, it's the weekend, so it's time for a fun video, and nothing's more fun than a haul. I have two packages from Blick. This is the original order, and then this was a second order. Other part of it is out of stock, so hopefully it's going to restock in the beginning of June and I'll get the rest of it, but I'll go ahead and open what I have so far because the thing I'm getting in June, hopefully, is going to get a whole video of its own, and I'm very excited for it. Let's start with the less fun part, which is this one. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Hopefully it's all good. This is the 9x12 Strathmore mixed media heavyweight paper, and it's 350 pounds, 570 GSM, and it's the 500 series, so it's actually 100% cotton, and I wanted to use it for the original for my Oracle deck. One of the size options is I can either do them in 5x7 or 6x8.5. So if I cut this in half, I would be able to get two 6x8.5 sheets. And I really wanted mixed media paper because I think that will work better than hot press paper. This should be like the ideal paper. Now it's not cheap, but then again, it's 100% cotton and it's very heavyweight. So I'm really hoping. I love Strathmore paper. I do have a heavyweight mixed media paper from Strathmore that's awesome, but it's not as good as 100% cotton. And I do have 100% cotton mixed media paper from them, but it's not very heavyweight. So I was hoping this would be kind of the perfect mix of both. This one seems to be damaged, unfortunately. Yeah, the top sheet seems damaged. Yeah, it kind of went all the way through and even to the other side. So I might have to contact Blick about that because this paper is pretty expensive and there's only 12 sheets. So if one of them is damaged, then that's actually a lot of money. And the corner seems kind of bent in too, which that I would have been fine with that, but the losing a whole sheet is not the best. We'll see what they say. Let's see this one. Hopefully it's not as loud because I'm using a microphone, so it's like a little bit away from the opening, but we'll see. Should I take it out now? I'll take it out. Ooh. So let's see what we got. I mean, it's all kind of, the paint is out, but the other stuff is in little boxes, so it's still a little bit of a mystery. Okay, let's set that aside. So these are the paints that I got. Now, I mentioned in my matte paint showdown that this paint was pretty amazing. And it's actually very high quality. They use, a lot of it is single pigment, so. And for some reason, all of a sudden it went like, it got cheaper. It went on a bit of a sale. So I was like, oh, let me get it right now. So this is PBR7 Raw Umber. It's a light fastness of 1. So that's pretty excellent. This is Red Violet, which is PV19. Also a light fastness of 1. And this is Burnt Sienna PBR7, also a light fastness of 1. So I got little tubes of those. And then I got a much bigger tube of their white because if you have white, you can kind of mix in other stuff. And then I got more matte paint. For some reason, these specific colors went on sale. So not all of their flat acrylics went on sale, but just some of the colors. And these were 3 of them. So I went ahead and got them as well. These ones are only 1 ounce, but these are 2 ounces. And this is PY53, light fastness of 1. This is PB153, which is phthalo blue, light fastness of 1. And this is PBR7, which is burnt umber. This is the raw umber, and this is the burnt umber. And it's PBR7, also a light fastness of 1. So let's set those aside. I'll go ahead and swatch them later on. And let's see what else we got. I got a Shinhan gouache. They suddenly got Shinhan gouache in that you could buy separately. I've been using gouache for my little sketchbook where I'm planning out the Oracle cards. The white is getting pretty low, so I was kind of worried that I was going to run out of white gouache. And this was a very good price, much better than some of the other brands. So I went ahead and got the white gouache, and then that way I can, you know, test out their paint too. Oh, what else should we get? They all got smushed together. So this is where I've been storing. I had gotten from them before a Daniel Smith lavender watercolor stick, and this is an ink black Inktense block. So I got more Inktense blocks. I don't know if they have their names on them. I don't think so. It just says England. I think it has their numbers, but not their names. So I got like a greenish sort of yellow. I got, I think, a navy blue, and I got a bright red. And I did go on the Derwent website beforehand and double check that all the ones I got are very light fast. I didn't want anything light fast because I might use them in my final pieces as well. And I figured I have like just enough space to store them all together. So we go ahead and swatch those two in a minute. And last but not least, hopefully it's all okay in there. Oh, they actually have it packaged pretty well. Look at that. I got more gouache. This is the primary magenta. I have a bunch of gouache, and I realized that I don't actually have a primary cool red that's light fast. None of the ones I have are light fast. So this is literally the only single light fast one that I will have for a cool blue. It's PR122, and it's 3 stars for light fastness. And then I got these two. This is the light cobalt blue, and this is the salmon pink. And I already made space for that in my neocolor box because I still want to kind of have them organized in here. So this, I think, will go perfectly in here. And then the salmon pink, because some of them, a couple of them had broken, so I put them here to make space, and then some of them got shorter because I had gotten other ones too separately. Like this one I bought in addition to what was here. So the salmon pink, the salmon would go here ordinarily, but it's small enough that I moved it up here, and that one goes perfectly because this is pink, this is salmon, and this is salmon pink. Let's take a look. Let's swatch some things now. Hopefully the light is okay because I am doing this in the evening now. I ran out of time during the day. Oh, that's a really pretty color. And let's compare it to, let me see, can you guys see? Hopefully the camera's picking it up, I don't know. We'll compare it to the pink. Yeah, the pink is definitely more pink, and the salmon. And the salmon is more yellowish. So this is a really nice color. As you can tell, salmon is one of my favorite colors. I use it a ton. That's why it's so tiny. Let's activate it and see. Oh, that's greenish. Fully, yeah, okay. Yeah, the water's a little greenish, so you'll have to excuse that. Oh, this is just such a perfect blend because this one's always too pink and this one's just a little bit too like on the yellow side. But this one is perfectly in between. That's really nice. And then I wanted to also do this other new one because I don't have a really light blue. And I love having like a very light colors in this. This is the closest one I have, which is this is just light blue. But look at how much darker it is. That's, yeah. And then this is the other one. It's like basic. Yeah, these are dark. Whereas this is really nice and light, which is exactly what I needed. Because I use the white a ton too. That's my other favorite color, and it's super tiny as well. So having the really light colors in this, in the neocolor too, has been super useful. So I think I'll get a lot of use out of both of these. Those seem like the two most useful ones based on what I currently use the most. So let me see if I can, hopefully the light's picking that up. Very pretty colors. Okay, so that's the neocolor too. So let's set that aside. Let's try the Holbein primary magenta. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Oh, and this sketchbook is Strathmore mixed media, but it's 400 series, so it's very thick paper, but it's not cotton paper, not 100% cotton. That is beautiful and light fast. That's exactly what I needed. It's not picking it up, but you know what? Maybe I'll mix it into this and then we'll see what kind of pink we can get. That's really pretty. Look at that pink. That's really nice. Let me, now I want to add more. Ooh, that's a really nice pink. Okay. That's perfect. So that's gonna supplement my whites when I run out in the near future. I only have this one currently, so I'll swatch it for you guys. You can get kind of cool effects from these Derwent Inktense blocks. I do have some Derwent Inktense pencils. I think I have like a 24 set, but the blocks are kind of cool because it's almost like having pastels. Ooh, that's a really nice navy sort of night sky. And that's what I wanted. I wanted like a really dark. Yeah, look at that. They do act like pastels. Look at all that stuff that came off of them. So the black one is really inky black. It's pretty cool. So even when you dissolve them, you can sometimes see, like, if you don't dissolve it too much, you can see that's the yellow I wanted, like almost like a gold yellow. They dissolve so nicely. And sometimes you want to leave the marks, right, for like the effect of it. Oh, look, I actually have like a primary thing going. I didn't even realize I had a yellow, red, and a blue. Let's try mixing them and see if they mix. I'm curious how they do mix. Let's see. Oh, yeah, look at that. You get like an orange. Huh. Interesting. Only other thing. Look at how that still stayed so bright. So let me show you guys. Hopefully the light's picking it up. Everything's very pretty. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you guys. This is the raw umber. And I was keeping the, oh wait, hold on a second. What am I doing? I have to take the thing off so I can do the lid. Yep, that's a raw umber. And the reason I really like these is because they dry very matte and pencil layers beautifully on top of them, almost like it's paper. Like it really gives the pencil something to grip to. So it's kind of cool for mixed media layering if that's what you're looking for. So that's that one. And let's try the red violet. This is the PV19. That's really pretty. It's like a primary magenta as well. Let's see how it compares. I was just showing that it's kind of similar to that. It's a really pretty color. And see, it's very strong. You really don't need a lot of it. You do need a lot of the white, but now I have a ton of white. I made sure of that. It was much cheaper to get their huge white than the soflat big white, actually. So that worked out well. I wish they made their paints in bigger sizes for the rest of the paints too, because right now it's only the white and the black that they make in the bigger sizes. So this is the burnt sienna. Okay, that's the 3. Oh, I forgot to do the lid. See if you guys can see. Hopefully the colors are coming out okay. Sometimes it's easier to see too if you can add a white to it. So I think I could layer some of the white. The white will actually come up on the black cap, so it's kind of convenient that it's a black cap. And then we can also see how nice the white is. Oh, that gave us a nice pink right away. And these are very fluid acrylics, so they do dry pretty quick. Like it's almost already dry. It gives us a beautiful brown. And they're getting stored right here. So they're just getting added to my little collection. And this actually will not go in there because that's my second layer for the box. Let's see, these ones I think are sealed. I don't know if I need to open them right now. That's okay because I don't need them right this second until I start making the originals, because right now I'm still doing the sketchbook. But you can see their colors right here. So this is the phthalo blue green shade. I mean, you already know what that looks like. This is the burnt umber, so it's similar but warmer, and this one is cooler. And then this is a really nice pale yellow. Golden does do a swatch of the actual paint, like you can feel it on the bottle, which is really convenient. So I'll show you where they go, because the only colors I had from Golden Soflat were the ones that came in those 2 packs that they have, like the pop and the something else. So it's basically like bright colors and primary colors. So I have a white and a black. So these were my only colors from Golden's Soflat line. So I added just those 3 more because they were on sale. This is where it gets stored. This is the second layer of it. It just pops right in there. So it just gets stored together because these are all my basically matte paints. These little flash paints that I had gotten together as a little pack, they're also very matte. So this is like my matte paint thing, and it gets stored very nicely. So yeah, I just made sure I had storage for all my stuff. Like these will go in here perfectly, and then these 2 will go in my gouache thing. I have another one of these that I store my gouache in. So those will go there, and the neocolor, I already showed you guys where that goes. Oh, and I forgot to bring it up. I actually got Liquitex Professional White Gouache and Clear Gouache because they do work much better than Liquitex Basics. Because right now I have Liquitex Basics White Gouache, but it's a lot more gritty and less pigmented. The professional one is more pigmented and less gritty. And the Clear Gouache, or not gouache, why am I saying gouache? It's gesso, the white gesso and the clear gesso. This one is rough. It was almost like sandpaper, whereas the Liquitex clear gesso is not as rough, so it's easier to layer pencil on top, and it works really well for that. Actually, let me show you. And I got the gouaches, or not the gouaches, I don't know why I keep saying gouache. I got the gessos separately. Oh, this makes a big mess. Let me see what happens. All that dust kind of got activated. Anyways, I got the white gesso and the clear gesso from Liquitex from Michael's. I went twice because they had 40% coupon, so I used a coupon the 2 times I went to get them. And if you use 40% off a coupon at Michael's, it's much cheaper because you get like the slightly bigger bottle. You get a bottle this size, which is like 8 ounces, as opposed to you get like 4 ounces for that same price online. Yeah, it was actually part of this whole mess when I was doing experiments, and then I got it here. And this was the white gesso from Liquitex, and then this was the clear gesso from Liquitex. And pencil went over them both. Very nice. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a fun little haul, and I have a couple more things coming that I already ordered. One is the back order item from Blick, and the other one is an item I found on Etsy. And when those come in, I'll do a separate video for each one. Thanks for watching. Bye.